that girl was on everyone's lips, literally.
As a fan of hers, I have been through the trenches.
Everyone on TikTok, I'm like, what is going on? Why is everyone dressing up like Pitbull? Like, what is the hype?
I have said this before, and I've had a lot of flack for it, is I don't think the concerts were actually that good.
After 23 years, he grabbed it out of Ant and Dec's hand.
Bravo to Netflix. That show was iconic. Are they lovers? Are they best friends? Are they soulmates? I'm here for it.
This is Showbiz Fix, and instead of our weekly dive into our exclusive scoops and showbiz stories you're loving this year, we're going to be looking back and running through each month and seeing who our main characters of 2025 are. It's been a year of Labubus, K-pop demon hunters, Bieber standing on business, and everything in between. But first, let's rewind all the way back to January, when we began the year with the Traitors and the iconic Linda.
She is my main character of January. I mean, Linda was absolute comedy gold, wasn't she, you know? And this really felt like one of those Traitors series where suddenly everyone was watching. It was like the absolute only thing going on in January in my life anyway. It felt like every time I came into the office, every time I saw my friends, we were just talking about the Traitors. And Linda was just absolutely brilliant because she was so obvious. The fact that she was like nodding and turning around at the round table, it was like, how are we not seeing this, you know? And I feel like that series just like snowballed from there and was fab. I really enjoyed it.
Linda was the best. But for me, I feel like it's got to be Tom Holland and Zendaya. They are my favorite celebrity couple of all time. And it's because they're being so quite coy about it. Even up till now, they're obviously engaged. Everything about it's so private. We obviously know they're together, and I'm obsessed with the height difference. Hello, okay? Representation for the small kings here, okay? Obviously, he's a little bit shorter, but they just look cute together.
That is a guy who is very secure in himself.
Yes.
Right? To go out with someone so tall and leggy.
But they're both hot, and so is he, you know?
Speaking of hot, my main character of January, and who continued to be massive all year for all the wrong reasons, Bonnie Blue.
Oh my God.
But look, before this year, who even was she?
It's true.
And I mean, what a way to get your name out there. So obviously January was the 1,000 Men stunt, which had everybody talking. It spawned a documentary. It spawned probably many awkward conversations with partners. But that girl was on everyone's lips, literally.
Oh my God.
How did she fit it all in? Like, I mean, no, not in that way, but like how in one day? How do you even do that?
I know. She's a busy gal. Other things that happened, obviously, we had TikTok went offline.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Being on TikTok the day before that happened, I was like, wow, the world's never going to be the same again without Americans on this app.
I know. So I think main character for January, Linda.
Yeah, go on.
We're crowning Linda.
We're crowning.
She was pretty creepy.
She was iconic. Let's do it. Yeah.
The fact that it's just one naming. She's Madonna, Britney, Linda.
She is everything and more. Honestly.
Okay, February. Kendrick Lamar reinvented the Super Bowl halftime show. 133.5 million viewers. It was an all-time record. Slightly less record-breaking over on Celebrity Bear Hunt, though. Didn't quite get the viewers.
You know what? Like when I went to the screening and I watched it, I said, you know what? Number one, great casting. You know, I love Collar, Lottie Moss, Big Zoo. I was like, this is going to be like a big launch for a reality show. Holly Willoughby's back on our screens as well. The only thing I would say, the criticism I have is that I felt like at times the show felt a bit too complicated. Like the mechanics of the show and the game were a bit too like, oh, what's going on? However, I kind of enjoyed it, guys. Like, I'm a bit sad that it's been axed. I mean, like...
Anything with a Spice Girl on automatically is brilliant for me. But again, I agree with you completely. Very complicated. And also it felt like, what was the point of Holly's role?
She was the host.
No, but it felt like it was all about Bear. And if I was Holly's PR, I'd be like, excuse me, get my gal more airtime.
Yeah. But what would you think? I mean,
it was funny because it is that one. Like, yeah, there are actually like so many main characters in that show. And when they announced the cast, I can remember being like, wow, this is incredible. Because, you know, when you get lineups for shows now, everyone is always just moaning, I don't know who these people are, blah, blah, blah. It's like, God, you had a Spice Girl, you had a Saturday, you had the head judge from Strictly. You're like, well, there's all sorts on here, you know?
Yeah, it was a
and
big
like
lineup.
big family, well-known names. And obviously it was shot months before it actually aired, right? So we'd been talking about this show for like a year. By the time it came out, it was like every bit of excitement had been squeezed out of it, because by the time it aired, I didn't even bother watching it because I just heard everyone say it was rubbish.
Yeah.
Sorry, but guys, we need Holly back on our screens. Like, I'm a big Holly fan.
We need to find her the right show.
Strictly.
Hal, your main character for Feb.
Oh, well, I had one of the best nights potentially of my life in February. And my main character for February is Pitbull, because I feel like
Fair
it
enough.
was the month of the Pitbull renaissance. So I went and saw him at the O2, and I knew that like some people dressed up as Pitbull, right, for the gigs. It was like, I've never seen so many suits in a room, you know, like screw a business conference. It was like jackets ahoy. Everyone had the bold caps on, sunglasses on. It was a Friday night in London in February. Everyone's finished dry January. And it was one of the most incredible nights ever. The room was absolutely going wild. He was so good, and I feel like it was just such a joyful thing because you saw everyone's TikToks of them getting ready, and then, you know, he did a tour of a UK and Ireland, so there was a few different dates. I feel like after that, everyone now is like, we need to go and see Pitbull. So he came back again a few months later, and now next year he's doing BST Hyde Park, like, which I think will be such an amazing moment for next summer. And it's like, I feel like it all spawned from these few dates. And it was just amazing. I think maybe you had to be there.
Wait,
but
can I
It
ask a
was
question?
epic.
What is the hype around Pitbull? Like, I don't know. I could not believe, because like I'm obviously not a Pitbull massive fan, but everyone on TikTok, I'm like, what is going on? Why is everyone dressing up like Pitbull? Like, what is the hype? Okay, yeah, you know, like when you're out and I don't know, be at one or something, you don't mind a bit of a Pitbull tune, but like, people really went all out for this.
Well, one word, Dale.
You need to go on Spotify or Apple Music or something when you get home. Listen to like the first 10 Pitbull songs, and you'll be like, this is the best night of my life.
I'll give it a go.
It was
Vibes.
party
It was.
non-stop. And
It
actually,
really was.
he ended up one of my most played artists this year because I was like, anytime I need a little boost, a little bit of endorphins, put a few Pitbull songs on, you'll
Wow.
be bouncing off the blooming ceiling.
There we go.
Wow, I'm sold. Like, this is...
Honourable mention for February also has to go to Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy.
Huge,
Bridge was
yeah.
back. But for me specifically, the Toy Boys. A moment for the Toy Boys. They always get a bad rep, but Bridge made it cool again.
Yeah, she did. And also, she was kind of a polyamorous hun in that film, you know. She had a few guys on the go, and I thought, good for you.
I think just because of the sheer debate and love around the table, our main character of February is Pitbull.
Well, I'm
Yes, I think it... Well, I'm sold now anyway. I'm going to listen to all the tunes when I get home.
I'll see you at British Summertime in Hyde Park next year.
I will
You'll be
see you-
there.
I'll see you on the dance floor, literally.
Okay, March, a big month for the pop girlies with Charli XCX and Lady Gaga dominating, and then Celebrity Big Brother grabbed the headlines. That Mickey Rourke moment. Well, I know
crazy.
we talked about that when you were last with us.
Yeah.
CBB big for you?
CBB was massive, I feel like. I love Celebrity Big Brother. I actually prefer Celebrity Big Brother more than the civilian version. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just thought the casting was good. The controversy was good. It got everybody talking. You know, obviously I wasn't happy about his behavior, Mickey's behavior on the show.
So that was when
But
he walked straight into that door and had to be physically manhandled into the house because he was full on leering at AJ, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was
Oh, AJ.
vile.
That
What
was
did-
weird to begin with, and then it got weirder from there, didn't it? I mean, the
It
whole
got so
series was like
weird.
absolutely bizarre from start to finish, but fab.
Yeah, that's what we want from Big Brother.
Yeah.
I have to say, one of my March highlights was Adolescence.
I loved that. Bravo to Netflix. That show was iconic.
Yeah,
Probably
so
the best show of the year,
Yeah.
right?
incredible. So beautifully shot, really got people talking just from a director kind of point of view, but also such an important talking point. So we need to have that as well as obviously Labubus and stuff. Hal, what was your main character nomination?
So my main character nomination is Charli XCX because I am a die-hard Angel. I love Charli, and I've loved her for so many years.
Does Charli XCX call her fans angels?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Charli's Angels.
Makes sense.
You learn something new every day. And as a fan of hers, I have been through the trenches. You know, it's not always been cool to be a Charli XCX stan. In fact, actually, it's been very uncool for a long time. So when Brat happened last year, it became, you know, such a big moment. And then for her to win 5 Brit Awards in February.
Yeah, that's iconic.
March even, not February, we're in March. Was just amazing. Like, I was so happy for her. It was kind of a real, like, well-deserved moment. I think, you know, when someone's been working at it for a long time, she's been in the music biz for, like, well over 10 years, you appreciate it so much more. So I was like, you deserve your main character moment in that month.
Yeah. Will?
Lady Gaga
Oh.
with Mayhem.
Amazing.
The most iconic thing to happen, in my opinion, in music this year across the world. For me, Lady Gaga's music, like, she is for the others. You know, she's for, like, the kids who weren't cool in school. And the sound of this album, it's like, it's pop, but it's Lady Gaga's own version of pop. It feels a bit rockish, feels a bit gothic, and that's the kind of vibe that I like. Obviously, my favorite tune from the album is Disease. Obviously, we got Abracadabra as well. I just feel like Lady Gaga is really still champion. Like, she is at the top, in my opinion, of pop. I know you have your own favorite pop stars, but for me, Gaga did her thing this year with Mayhem.
I love Gaga as well, though.
Yeah.
And actually, I would feel like, you know, she released that album in March. And from there, it's like been up, you know. She had her Coachella performance where she headlined, and she was absolutely incredible. And then she did this tour, and I went to that tour twice, and it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Definitely her best show. I was like, wow, you are a long way into your career and absolutely smashing it.
She is just such a great live performer as well. Like, just everything about it, the theatrics, just the drama of it all. Oh, gosh, I'm getting goosebumps talking
So for
about
How
it.
Bad Do You Want Me, my favourite track on that album, I am making Gaga our main character of March.
Deserved.
Okay, so April, it was a month of surprise romance for Liz Hurley and Billy Ray Cyrus. Hal, you were across this, and it was wild.
It was wild. They just dropped an Instagram post one day being like, surprise. And everyone was like, eh? Like, a romance that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but like kind of obsessed. Like, he just went through this big divorce, even just like a few months before that, and suddenly he's with Liz Hurley, of all people. I think it was just like random enough that I was like, this is fab.
Yeah.
It was incredibly random, but brilliant. Will, what were you going?
I am going for The White Lotus Season 3.
Ooh.
Now, guys, I am obsessed with The White Lotus. And so obsessed that I was flown out to Thailand to see the set where the show is filmed. You know,
so you were
4
the main
seasons.
character.
I was the main character. And I just could not believe, like, not me ranting on about Thailand, but I could not believe, number one, like, how much goes into the production of this show. That's what we learned about. And number two, just how beautiful the 4 seasons is there. Like, guys, apparently it's like 10K a night to stay there.
Oh my
the
God.
show is just so glamorous as well. Like, I just love everything about The White Lotus. They're filming in France for the next season, I believe.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for that.
I feel like that show's become a bit too much about, like, isn't it so glam, as opposed to the plot.
Yeah, but I love that. That's what the super fans love about the show.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
My main character has to be all of those little gals going up to space.
I was so
That was,
Oh my
that was
God.
quite random. I'm like, what's going on? I saw all the clips. I'm like, oh, this is quite interesting.
So this was the Blue Origin flight, Katy Perry, all kinds of other American stars, but it was just so camp and weird, and Katie's singing, and there's a little Daisy. But specifically for me, it was the fact that we were so British about it.
Yeah.
Greg James launched his Air Force Huns,
Yeah.
where he thought it should be Gemma Collins, Alison Hammond, Natalie Cassidy. And I think if we were ever going to do that, that would be the way to go.
That would be
And
iconic.
at this point, we need to put Linda from The Traitors on there.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Literally.
Absolutely. Okay, winner.
I mean, I do kind of love the Huns.
I mean,
Blue Origin, no. Air Force Huns, yeah.
go
I
on.
think for the love of
Yeah,
Huns,
go
we
on.
should choose that.
For the love of Huns.
Well, no more. The sun is the home of the Huns. So there we go. Right, May. Taylor Swift's labour of love paid off and she regained her masters. But Love Island's Whitney Adebayo and Locke Nowaki's post-breakup feud hit the headlines.
The drama was just too much when Whitney and Locken split up. Because first, they split up fine. And then Whitney starts doing some posts on socials about, apparently her ex calling her skin dirty. And everyone was like, whoa, what's going on here? And then obviously all of these racism allegations started to pop up on social media. Then Locken had to then defend himself. And, Whitney's sister then got involved and she was posting receipts of him apologizing. And we're like, oh my gosh, so you did it. Then he wanted to get lawyers involved. And then apparently they were going to go to court. And then the court case got dropped and we're like, great. And then Locken debuted his new girlfriend, who was Brie from Too Hot to Handle. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do think it's quite cute. However, the controversy online is this. People are saying, well, look, if Locken did say these, alleged racist comments about Whitney's skin, then people are like, well, as a black woman, Brie, what are you doing over there, hun? But I don't know. I feel like Locken somewhat did take accountability. It seems like he's kind of just moved on with it. I mean, he's dropped the court case and everyone just move on, guys. It seems like now, him dropping the court case means that they've kind of ended it amicably, which seems quite good and positive, right? And Brie and Locken do look quite cute together. Obviously, there was that picture published in The Sun of Brie looking quite tipsy with Locken on the central line. And it looks quite iconic. It seems like Whitney's moving on. Well, obviously, Whitney did post a picture with Scott.
And they're both going on All Stars.
Oh, both?
So both of them are in talks for Love Island All Stars for January. And I think we're going to get Friends to Lovers.
I think but they look quite cute together. Have you guys heard that apparently Scott has unfollowed Locken on Instagram? Yeah, so basically, so underneath the comment section of the picture of Whitney and Scott, people in the comments were like, what's the tea, Whitney? Why has Scott unfollowed Locken? And I don't know what's going on over there.
It's because he's Team Whitney.
Yeah.
How? May for You always means Eurovision, right?
It always means Eurovision. And look, it's always very camp and silly. But my favourite moment was when, remember Blonde Monday, bless them, they did us proud, I think. They did really well. They did a great performance. The points weren't there for them, and that's an understatement. But the best moment of the show was when Italy, out of nowhere, gave us 12 cheesy points. And it was a mouse from Italy who was delivering these points. It's like, yeah, of course an Italian mouse is the only one who actually gives us points, Kind of love that. I feel like Remember Monday and the Italian 12 cheesy points mouse, they are my main characters of that month.
I love that. Mine is also random. I don't want them as the main character, but Labubus firmly thrusted themselves upon us.
Yeah.
People were having Labubu birthday parties,
Yes.
Madonna, Olivia Atwood. Why? Why are these fully grown women attaching tiny little gruesome dolls to their designer handbags? You're a main character, but I don't want you.
I did go to Selfridges the other day and was trying to explain Labubus to my mum, and it's a struggle,
It is a struggle,
I'm guessing you
yeah.
said tiny little gruesome dolls.
Yeah, they make no sense, do they? They didn't make sense in May. They still do not make sense now.
I think it's got to be Whitney and Locken, hasn't
Yeah.
it? That whole breakup, we're still talking about it now, aren't we?
So much drama.
Okay, June. Lewis Capaldi was the king of Glastonbury with his wonderful comeback, but Sabrina Carpenter had tongues wagging with her saucy album cover. How?
That was good. I mean, I loved the controversy over that because it kind of felt a bit Storm in a Teapot, but I was there for it. And it was just cool that she was doing an album so soon afterwards. But my favorite moment of that month, not favorite, that makes me seem like a bad person. But I was here for Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom splitting up because I feel like it was their time. I think it was done. But then for 2 weeks later, her to just be spotted out for dinner with Justin Trudeau. Everyone's like, eh? So I'm kind of choosing Katy Perry as my main character that month because she was just like in the headlines and I was here for it.
For it. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. Now, this is the ad of the year. I couldn't believe how viral this was going. And by the way, this ad existed before. What actually happened? Like, can we just discuss what was the turning point for this country when they said, right, we're making this go viral? I think it was just TikTok.
Yeah.
Like, it was just TikTok. Like, the sound was going around and around and around. And even Americans were like, what's a Jet2 holiday? And like, it was just everywhere. And then don't forget the voiceover artist. Then she started doing like live sets, like, you know, and like concerts and stuff. I was like, guys, she's like live at festivals performing her ad.
It's incredible. I completely agree with you. But I have to say, soft spot for the fact that Chris Hughes and Jojo Siwa went public with their relationship this month as well. And nobody saw this coming, right? They were on Celebrity Big Brother. I was pretty convinced it was some sort of weird showmance. They're both professional reality TV people. It was latch on, create a relationship, be that what it will. But then the girlfriend got dumped. They were constantly together, and then we got the pictures of them kissing on holiday. It was incredible.
I didn't believe that relationship for a very long time. Like, I mean, like, kudos to them finding love, but for a while, like, I just didn't believe it. But I mean, I'm happy for them, guys.
Yeah. It is wild.
I'm calling this one though. Nothing beats a Jet2 main character.
Hi, Showbiz Fix. Thank you so much for awarding me, Zoe Lister, aka the voice of Jet2 Holidays, your main character for 2025, June. I'm June. That is so funny to me because in June I was in despair about what was happening with my life, and then in July things really kicked off. It's been such a wild year, and I've loved every minute. Thank you to everyone out there for being so hilarious on TikTok. I've loved it all. And thanks again, Showbiz Fix. See you in 2026.
And that was Jess Glynne's song was 10 years old and then ended up being the top song on TikTok this year off the back of that one advert. Just insane.
But wait, some people on TikTok were saying that she was fuming for a while because, like,
It's not cool, is it?
People are kind of laughing, but I mean, as long as she's getting paid, you can't complain.
Yeah.
I'm sure Alex Scott is getting a very expensive Christmas present.
Oh, I hope
exactly.
so. Right, July. Oasis owned the month with Reunion Mania, only rivaled by the K-pop Demon Hunters. I am obsessed with the K-pop Demon Hunters. That track, Golden, still now, gotta be. It's always in my head.
I just saw even Catherine Jenkins has just released a cover version of Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. I was like, that is crossover appeal.
Wow.
All over TikTok as well.
That gal has range. But then I have to say, for me, it was the Coldplay Kiss Cam.
Oh
couple.
my God.
Just sensational.
Absolutely. It's the kind of thing. And even the fact that Chris Martin, boring old, safe Chris Martin, slightly lent into it. So the Jumbotron spots this couple, and this story keeps giving. Even this week of Christmas, we had an update on this story that they are now not dating.
And she blamed it on the alcohol. It's babe.
But what are the odds that he just chose them and then all that drama ended up happening? Like, what are the actual odds?
I bless TikTok for these things.
Oh,
we would never have had this
brilliant.
before, would we?
It's brilliant.
How?
So I went to the first Oasis concert in July, and it was such a moment. What I will say, I have said this before, and I've had a lot of flack for it, is I don't think the concerts were actually that good. There was no production. As someone goes to concerts a lot, they needed to put a bit more effort in. Yeah. It was lazy, but seeing them back up there, like no one thought that was going to happen. The vibes were there, you know. It was the audience that made that shows more than them, but it was so nice to see, even though it was gruesome in Cardiff at that show, I will say, because you do not want to know the state of those toilets after all those old people had been there. It was not nice.
Oasis, yes. Toilets, no.
Absolutely.
Well,
Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. It was his final show ever. Goodness me, like just the cutaways to Sharon Osbourne, and obviously again Sharon Osbourne's recent interview with Piers Morgan, like heartbreaking. Obviously. Oh my gosh, I'm actually getting really emotional talking about this because she spoke about obviously how she knew it was his last show, and then she obviously spoke in the interview with Piers about how, like, you know, the night before he died and had the heart attack, he woke Sharon up and was like, give me a hug. And then the morning after, he just passed. So I guess for Ozzy Osbourne fans,
it was crazy. It was like that final show, and then 2 weeks later, he's gone. And it was like, wow, he was living for the music.
They just knew, though. I think they just knew. So that doesn't make it easier, though.
No.
I think the main characters have got to be the Gallagher brothers, though, right?
Yeah.
It's a toss-up between Ozzy and the Gallaghers.
Ozzy,
Maybe it's
true.
like rock music wins that month. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no. I think they'd both be happy for each other.
Yeah.
I'm calling it though. Let's say Gallagher's.
Yeah.
Okay, August. Everyone was on their hollybobs, and didn't we just know it? Even Princess Kate went for some sun-in-style blonde highlights.
Those were fab.
I love that for her. But someone who did have a big summer was Olivia Attwood. So I love Olivia, as you know, but there was those pictures of her and Pete Wicks having that cuddle on that yacht. Now, look, I know everyone has opinions, and Olivia's been very open about this.
Yeah.
Nothing was going on, but she is my main character because no celebrity deals with these kinds of things quite like Liv.
Yeah,
She
I
just
love
owned it. She was like, I went too hard. It was messy. She was even doing like TikToks and Instagrams, like mocking the fact that she had like the hangover from hell. And that's why she is my main character of the month.
I mean, being a celebrity should be fun. So I'm glad that she could like lead into it and have a bit of a laugh about it. You know, it's kind of like the way that it should be because nothing's that serious.
Yeah. But you were loving Taylor Swift.
Well, I feel like Taylor Swift made herself the main character that month because she did a very OTT engagement reveal, didn't she? You know, it was the fact that I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Travis Kelce, I think, had proposed and sort of organized this whole photo shoot as part of it, which, like, with all of those floral display stuff, it's quite OTT, even for Taylor Swift superstar. And for her to then post it, and then there was the whole podcast and everything. It was a lot. And good for her.
Controversially, I think the whole floral photo shoot was a bit okay, Mag. And I sort of think that Taylor's meant to be above that.
I didn't love it. I thought it was a little bit tacky.
Oh, Tato. Will, you will love him.
What about Ibiza Final Boss?
Oh my God.
Randomly went viral because he was that guy, you know, in the party, the proper lad with like this like crazy haircut, and like everyone was just loving him because of his vibe. He was just, you know, he's the Ibiza Final Boss.
It's just so funny that it was like someone posted a video on TikTok and then someone else was like, yeah, I saw that guy too.
Yeah, and
he was
everyone just-
interesting.
And he actually became a bit of a star off the back of it, you know. And he's got like an agent and everything.
Oh, like a week later, he's on a
Yeah.
private jet, and you're like, wow, 2025 is a wild year.
Are we forgetting like he got like a Channel 4 documentary, you know, as well.
Like that
That's a
man,
whole-
he parties like it's his job because it is his actual job. I completely agree with you. 100%, no discussion. He is the main character for August.
Hello, Showbiz Fix. It's Jack here, yeah, aka the Ibiza Final Boss. I just want to say it's been a mad year after that viral video got took of us in Ibiza last summer. And I just want to say a big thank you to me making me the main character of August 2025.
Sorry, Taylor.
Absolute main character.
Sorry, do you think Taylor knows who the Ibiza Final Boss is?
Yeah. Who knows? You never know.
Okay, September. Harry Styles not only ran the Berlin Marathon, but he had a new romance. We love a Harry Styles romance.
Yes.
Zoe Kravitz. Who saw that coming?
That was fab. I mean,
Yeah.
when they just like, you know, pop up somewhere and you're like, wait, what? How has this happened? And, you know, it was actually the Sun who first revealed that as well. And we were like, wow, we are gagged at this because it was crazy.
Especially because we thought that for a while he was dating Olivia Dean.
We did, yeah. So, well, they were like quite pally last year. And then, you know, at Glastonbury this year, then he was with someone else entirely. But Olivia Dean actually is my main character for September because she dropped her album and I think it's one of the best albums of the year. I think it really cements her as like the new British superstar. I think she's going to clean up at the Brit Awards next year. You know, loads of hit singles on there. Barack Obama last week just named her as one of his favorite artists of the year.
Iconic.
And she's doing 6 sold-out nights at the O2 next year. Like, that month really made her. You know, she went to #1 in the singles and the album charts in the same week, the first British female to do that since Adele.
Wow.
Like, that's a good track record. That is giving main character.
Okay, that's a good argument. Will, what you got?
Bad Bunny. Super Bowl halftime show.
That
I
announcement.
cannot wait. But obviously, it did spark some discussion around, because Bad Bunny performs in Spanish, and people were like, hold on, we need an English-speaking artist to do this. But guys, I disagree with that. I feel like Bad Bunny headlining the Super Bowl halftime show, it just shows off the diversity of music, the diversity of America. And I like Bad Bunny's tunes,
I always think that Bad Bunny pops up because he's the global Spotify Wrapped #1.
Yeah.
And people are like, who even is this Bad Bunny? But now we all know. Mine is Gary Lineker.
Okay.
So after 23 years, he grabbed it out of Ant and Dec's hands, the Best Presenter Awards at the NTAs. So he's the main character just for finally ending that reign. Love Ant and Dec. They're great at what they do, but I just think it's pretty bloody iconic of old Gaza, isn't it?
That is a fair point, Matt. That's a fair point.
It was a moment because I think everyone, as much as you like Ant and Dec, kind of had been waiting for them to lose at some point.
Yeah.
I know, although I would love it if it had been Alison Hammond or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just know that speech would have been iconic. I'm going to call it as Gary, just because of the weight of what he managed to do.
Especially as he left the BBC as well.
Legend.
What a turbulent year.
What a year he's having. Okay, October. Kim Kardashian tried to make hairy thongs a thing, but Alan Carr had other ideas. Mr. Celebrity Traitors, you both want to talk about this. Fight.
Right. So this was the best casting I have seen of a celebrity reality TV show in this country since I have been alive. I could not believe all of these A-listers genuinely wanted to be part of this show. I mean, well, you can because it's such a good show, but it was brilliant. Alan Carr in it, Jonathan Ross, even Kat Burns, who was the underdog, who I feel like a lot of people are now starting to learn about and love. It was just a brilliant show, guys. And Alan was just such a bad and good traitor at the same time.
The first episode, I can remember thinking, okay, well, Alan's going to last about 2 days. Like, there's no way. And then, cut to, what was it, the second episode, where he touches poor Paloma Faith's cheek and you're like, this is gold.
Yeah, absolutely. He is like, I've said this before, but he's like the human equivalent of the laughing emoji in that you can say anything you want if you put a laughing emoji afterwards, can't you? And that's how he won Celebrity Traitors.
And the fact that, when they were going around and they were saying, I'm a faithful or I'm not a traitor, and he bursts out laughing and still wins. Oh, iconic.
They are all stupid. I loved the Louvre robbery.
Wow.
I don't love that for the Louvre. But just how the internet takes over and can make anything serious just so unserious. So it was the fact that people were dressing as the Louvre robbers for Halloween.
Yeah.
They were wearing their plastic gems from Amazon, other retailers obviously available. But, with the beanie hats and the high-vis jackets, I just was like, this is stunning. We all have actual jobs to go to, but great work.
Yeah, it was fabulous. And I loved those costumes. But my one, the costumes are part of this as well. My main character for October is Lily Allen, because I think what a great album, but also the memes that came off that album, West End Girl, were incredible. So people were dressing up as her, people were dressing up as Madeline, the other woman on the album. And like celebrities these days are so careful. They want to keep everything contained. They don't want to let everyone know about their personal life. Lily Allen just said, I'm going to put every coffin spit on this album. Yeah. There's going to be no stone left unturned. I'm going to tell you exactly what went down with all the gory details and put it out there. And I'm like, yeah, do you know what? This is really refreshing. And it's actually a good album too. I think it's like one of the best comebacks that we've had in a really, really long time.
I completely agree. She fully made herself the main character in every single way. So I think it's only right we make her our
That's
main
a fair
character.
one.
Okay, November. Wicked for Good was bad.
Ooh.
But a standout fan moment stole all the bandwidth of the internet. Now, how I'm obsessed with this. So I'm desperate to tell Will, bend your ear about it. So Zara Larsson, she gets a fan up on stage and gets them to do the Lush Life dance.
Yeah.
And this had been going on for a couple of months while she did her tour. And then Julia gets up.
Oh.
Now, Julia is just so unassuming. People think it's going to be average, but this girl slayed. So actually, my main character is Julia, not Zara Larsson. I was obsessed with this. How I do it all the time, don't I?
Oh, it's so good. And that dance off the back of that one fan, Julia, going up on stage, that dance is now a viral sensation on TikTok. Zara Larsson is having a massive resurgence. Like, she is streaming like crazy. She's just booked to do Victoria Park in London next summer. Like, it's a big moment. And I feel like Julia is to thank.
Do you know why, though, Julia is my main character, not Zara Larsson?
Why?
Julia now commands 12,500 euros for a TikTok.
Wow.
That's her fee.
But isn't it crazy how
iconic.
like these big TikTok moments can really like help the resurgence of certain artists? It's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you were loving in November. What's your main character moment?
It has got to be Strictly hosts departing. Tess and Claudia are Huns. Now, when they dropped that news on Instagram, I was like, hold on, wait, what? I feel like, did I see the departure post before the press release? It was also quite weird. Anyways, guys, I have been watching Strictly since I was young, and I could not believe that news. It was massive. Like, it was massive.
And it came out of absolutely nowhere, right? I just remember, like, I think I was on the tube on the way to work and I saw Tess did a post, and then 2 minutes later, someone in work was like, Claudia's quit too. And we were like,
I could not fathom the news.
Yeah.
And guys, I mean, I'm not going to get into like who I want to be the next host and yada, 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 but this is heartbreaking stuff.
It's also like, you know, one of the longest running duos on TV, apart from Ant and Dec. Like, who else has hosted a show for that
I
long?
feel like I read somewhere that they're going to like dance on like the last episode or something like that. Is this true?
There's going to be some dancing.
I could not wait for that.
Yeah, I know. But how you loved Wicked?
I did like Wicked. I feel like, despite your shade at the top of that section, I think it was great. I mean, Ariana and Cynthia both had solo musical moments in it, which I think will be reflected in the Oscar nominations for Best Song next year. And I think, you know, it was just great. I've loved the whole Wicked campaign. It's completely ludicrous. You could get a Wicked macaroni and cheese. You could get a Wicked Le Creuset. You could get anything you wanted. So for that whole campaign, the whole film, the whole, you know, thing of all the interviews and everything, I was like, they are main characters. They made themselves stars.
Can we just talk about that ludicrous press run with Ariana and Cynthia? Like, what is going on? Like, it's just giving, like, are they lovers? Are they best friends? Are they soulmates? I'm here for it, because it's clearly love, and that's positive.
I would love if in like 10 years they did an autobiography or something and revealed that they just fully trolled us.
I feel, though, like, if there was a behind-the-scenes docuseries about what really went on at the making of this film, I think it would be bombshell viewing, because clearly it was completely nuts.
I agree with
backstage.
this. I absolutely agree with this.
I think what we can even only imagine happened is an absolute fraction of the absolute chaos and bizarre antics that went on during the making of this film and the press run.
I love that.
Completely strange. Love it.
I think main characters, though, Tess and Claude.
Yeah.
They deserve it. They've
They
earned
deserve
their diva.
It's more like a lifetime achievement main character moment, right? Okay, December, a month for new arrivals with Angry Ginge making the mainstream. And Simon Cowell returned to gift us December 10, the boy band.
Now, look, when I saw the show, I'm like, great idea, new band, you know, like One Direction. There's was like 7. Anyway, there's loads of them, but fine. I'm here for the idea. However, on TikTok and like on social, there's loads of clips going around of them. I think they shaded BTS and, you know, it's just not the best PR at the moment, guys, but they're also really, really young. So I can't criticize them because they're also really, really young. They're not that experienced at the moment. And I guess that kind of raises the question of, should we be having boy bands who are this young, you know, thrusted into the public eye? I feel like their TikTok following is growing quite fast. But at the same time, I feel like they're great performers. They're
think
really, really good.
The thing is, they're main characters because we're talking about them already. And they're so new.
Exactly.
Right, Hal, your main character.
It has to be Kylie. I mean, so she got the Christmas #1, which is no mean feat. Well, like, what a prestigious win.
Yeah.
She got the Christmas #1 with Xmas. She also had a #1 album the week before. What? It was her first #1 single since 2003. It was the first female to get a #1 at Christmas since 2013. I was like, good on you, Kylie. And, you know, if you remember, this is a woman who is 57. She's almost 40 years into her musical career, and she's getting Christmas #1. I was like, bravo.
Fair.
That woman will always be famous. Like, I love Kylie Minogue's tunes. Like, her backlog is amazing.
Absolutely iconic.
My main character, Davina McCall.
Yes,
Oh,
iconic.
what
So,
a lovely lady.
I mean, lovely lady, but she's had quite the year.
She
so
has.
after the brain tumour, she also fought breast cancer
my
and
goodness.
still managed to find the happiness of getting engaged
her.
and even recently secretly married. So that woman, and also managed to come out with a dating show in between all that.
And I will say as well, I do remember when I was at Glastonbury this year and I had a good old boogie next to her and her now husband about 3 a.m. at some backstage bar, and she was living her best life. And I was like, good for you.
As she should.
I hope that the wedding was just as, fantastic.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah.
Main character, though, I'm going to say Kylie. What do we think?
I would agree with Kylie.
I
actually.
think it's got to be
Brilliant. It's got
Kylie,
to be,
right?
yeah. It's got to be.
She's fab.
Okay, very quickly, Hal, who's your main character of the year?
I think just in terms of someone we've talked about so much, Lily Allen. I think she's my main character of the year. She is giving big personality, and I'm here for that.
Will?
It's got to be Lady Gaga. Like, that album was amazing. I feel like she is the queen of pop. I know you may disagree with me, or you may fight, because you've got a couple queens of pops. Yeah. So for me, it's Gaga.
So I'm going to overrule both of you because I'm in charge and this is my show.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the Ibiza Final Boss. Because wait, Lily Allen and Lady Gaga were already main characters. The Ibiza Final Boss quite literally came from nowhere and is now someone that has made it into this ranks of incredible people.
Yeah.
So I am calling the Showbiz Fix main character of 2025 the Ibiza Final Boss.
We can agree with that. We can agree with that.
Thank you, Howell and Will, for crowning 2025's main characters with me. That's your Showbiz Fix for the year. Remember to subscribe to us here on the Sun Showbiz YouTube channel, and we'll see you for more viral moments and main character energy in 2026.